The purpose of our organisation is to make sure that people with disabilities have an ordinary life.
Ordinary life?
That would be access to social opportunities, physical activities.
It's down to include. It's just down to feeling inclusive in the community.
Disability Shetland is a local charity. We provide clubs, activities, one-to-one support, and also advice and information to the Shetland community. We have well over 200 people accessing our service.
Disability Shetland has been serving the community for 3 decades here in Shetland.
The Wednesday Arts and Craft Night is basically a club where they can express their artistic abilities. It's a social gathering as well.
Some of our members aren't able to attend sort of mainstream clubs, if you like. Sometimes their disability or their impairment will prevent them from doing so. So Saturday Club gives them a space where they can be. It can provide a wee bit of respite for the parents for those couple of hours, and they know that they are in our charge, they are looked after.
My name is Owen, that is spelled O-W-E-N. My last name is Stuart. My age is 9.5. I am nearly 10, and this place to me is called Saturday Club. That's what I call it. And my favourite thing to do here is to bring my skateboard and skateboard.
We also have an impact on the people that's around that person with a disability. So there'll be family, carers. Quite often families of children or adults who have a disability can feel quite isolated.
It's hard to access other playgroups because of noise levels, because of stress levels for mummy to actually access it, that I found myself naturally pulling away.
So that's kind of why we came up with a new group this year of our Piri Stars.
This is a disability group for children under 5.
It's important that it exists so that folk have somewhere to go, support network, so that our children can spend time with other children at a young age and learn social skills in a non-judgmental environment.
It's just good to speak to other people who have kind of gone through similar things and accessing the same services, just for a different opinion, maybe on things that you're doubting or things you're worried about. Yeah, it's a really good group.
In the past couple of years, what we've done is we've expanded our service, covering the whole of Shetland now. We have clubs in Unston, Yell and Mossbank, Urrifirth. I kind of list them all. The model that we're doing as well is quite integrated, so a lot of the bairns clubs in the rural areas, it's for the whole community. It's not just for bairns with disabilities to attend. It's very integrated. It's very much about this club's been putting on for the school, and that's why we include the bairns with disabilities. We highlight their abilities to the rest of their school, to the rest of their community, and we want to build on that model and have much more of that model going on in Shetland, rather as segregation. So some of the things that we can do at Disability Shetland to help people be included is things like we're all-terrain wheelchairs, so that is helping people to access places they wouldn't have before. Places like the beach, being able to go to a nature reserve. We've got 3 of them now and we hope to get more. The other thing we have is we have a hoist at the marina, so wheelchair users can get onto boats.
We have a board of 10 trustees who are all volunteers. We oversee and manage the organisation. We then have Stephanie Bain, who is the team leader.
I coordinate and manage sessional staff. So we have a core group of sessional staff, about 10 of them, that lead all the clubs.
And recently we took on board Holly Leask, and she is the field worker.
A field worker is really the liaison between the clubs and Stephanie.
And then we have about 100 volunteers that support all that work that we do.
So I like to think I'm half participant, half volunteer.
I've been volunteering with Disability Shetland for a while now. It's really good because I like helping all the children out.
It's just so good. See the smiles on their faces.
Yeah, because I have a brother who has special needs, so it's sort of quite on a personal level.
And all the clubs provide inclusion, like both volunteer and participant-wise.
In 2016, Disability Shetland was in quite a difficult position. It was real panic. And then the big funders like Lottery, Children in Need, Robertson Trust gave them funding. They were advised for some financial people to cut services, even close. The board wasn't willing to do that. And it kind of shared that information with the community, at which point the community got completely behind them. Kept them going for another year. The big funders were quite impressed with how the board had gotten the backing of the community, and they could see how much they were wanted and needed locally. And so then they were successful in 2017 with the Lottery and Children in Need. We got 3-year funding for the big lottery and Children in Need, and that covered half our running costs. And that 3-year funding runs out 2020. So we're completely reliant on the Shetland community to bump up half our running costs every year. We get pretty pots of money for community councils. So for example, some of our North Mainland clubs are funded by Delton Community Council and also the Bray Co-op. And we got some money for Tesco's for our all-terrain wheelchairs. We get a pretty bit for the Charitable Trust and a pretty bit for the council. But the rest is all local fundraising and fundraising that we do ourselves. I mean, folks still say to me it's the highlight of their week going to the club, the adult club. They didn't go out at any other time.
Me being stuck in the house all the time is not the best of things. So it's a very good thing that Disability Shetland takes the bus, picks me up so we can come here and have a talk.
I can't speak too well, so it sort of, it gets me talking a little bit.
27.
So in addition to the clubs and activities that we provide, we deliver disability awareness training to lots of different organisations. So we do that to their volunteer groups. We deliver disability awareness training to the council, to private businesses like Tesco's, staff at the airport.
I hope what they take away is that everybody has value, and that looking at life in a different way is just as important. We're not all the same, we're all different, and that's beautiful.
Instead of getting that label of you have a disability, you are just an ordinary person and you should be able to do what ordinary people do. As basic as that.
We're getting better as a society in including people with disabilities, but I think there's still barriers for access, and that's physical access and social access. So we're still needed, which means that we're not there yet.